Hi there folks, Simon here with another 7x7 Chandrian Tak Invitational Tournament match. This time between Ali and gowellja. Ali currently ranked number 6 and gowellja currently ranked number 4. These are two very strong players and they've been doing some work in this tournament. And we'll see how this is going to turn out. These are the last 3 tournament games in the whole tournament. So this one and then 2 more, if I'm not mistaken. The last 2 are Fwib versus Abyss and Fwib versus gowellja. And so that is going to be big time. I believe Fwib and Abyss are both competing for first place in this tournament. So that's exciting. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in that one, and to see how the other places land, because there are going to be a lot of ties, is what it looks like in this tournament. So we are good to go, ready to start as soon as they start up their seek. So let's get started on this 7x7 Chandrian Invitational Tak Tournament match. And again, the time controls are 15 minutes on the clock with 20-second increment, meaning they get 20 seconds added to their time after every turn. There is a 2 komi, which means that Black gets 2 added to their flat count score if the game does not end in a road. And, oh yes, and because it is 7x7 board size, we do have 2 capstones, which doesn't seem like a big change, but it makes a huge difference in a 6x6, from a 6x6 game. So let's get started with this Chandrian Invitational Tak Tournament match. All right, we see here A1 placed down in the bottom, and then opposite corner opening, very different from what we've seen in the past. All right, and then Ali going straight up for this, not going for center control, just playing up here to the side. It's interesting. And then that early capstone really just starting to jump out here. Oh, and then the early capstone from Black. This is gonna, I can tell already, this is gonna be a very different game, just based on this opening here we've seen from these two players. Looks like Black is content to play here, gonna go for the horizontal and the vertical. White does have momentum here in the horizontal direction, but Black drops a second capstone. 2 capstones drop from Black by turn 5. I don't think we've seen that in this tournament so far. Those are some very early capstones. Turn 3, when both of them drop, and then the second one from Black drops on turn 5. That is very, very bold, I'd say, dropping those capstones so early. White now playing off to the side. He knows that he's not going to be able to go for this horizontal line directly as he was doing before, because he does have this capstone to worry about from Black. Instead, he's going to be building up above and maybe around, trying to build across for the horizontal still, perhaps. Tough to say. White does still have that second capstone in reserve here. All right, and goes straight up there for C7. Now this works for a couple ways. It can go for the vertical, or you can build across here at B7 and start going for that horizontal still. And I think that that would be a good play. He's not going to go for that though. He's going to be playing down here at D2, which I feel like B7 does a lot more, because he's cutting off the vertical from Black, but only off this side, not over here. But if he had played at B7, it would have cut off the vertical for Black and also worked towards his horizontal. It just seemed like a much stronger position to me. Black now, I believe, has momentum here. If White plays down at D1, then capture, and then there, that's a road. Black plays here, here, and then here, that's road. Actually, no, White has momentum. Not anymore. Looks like Black took that momentum straight back after Black's capstone comes over. And then White dropping the second capstone here. This is very aggressive from both players. All right, that second capstone. Will black decide to build around? I think an A4 placement is really good here. The reason I said A4 instead of maybe an E3 like what was played is A4 works for this horizontal line that he's building and also goes for the vertical at the same time. I really like those moves where you can play for two different directions at once. It looks like in response to the E3, we saw an F3 from white and then right away an E2 from black. Black content to keep building for this vertical threat. Playing here on E1 would be attack threat. The white now has to stop with some sort of capture. Could be capturing up with the capstone. That's exactly what they do here. Capturing up with the capstone is also good because it works towards building this capstone up onto this B line, being able to connect here for the horizontal, maybe go for something like a flat plate on an A or something like that. If not, could just decide to play off to the side here, go for maybe playing at F5 pretty soon for white, build for that vertical threat, and also going for the horizontal at the same time. All of those work pretty well. All right. We also take a look at the time here. Both players above 17 minutes on the clock. They've been playing very quickly. Again, they started with 15 minutes, and they had 20-second increment, meaning 20 seconds added their time after every turn. And so they're playing well under that 20-second average turn time. White now playing down into the corner, trying to keep black from making this horizontal line. White switching gears now, playing at F5. Ready to go, I believe, for this vertical threat, playing at F4 on the next turn. That would be attack threat. Black would have to stop. Black can stop that with G2 minus. But black can also start building for something else, perhaps playing up at D6 with a flat. It would be defensive, sure, but also kind of set up for the opportunity in case white wants to toss this capstone off to the right, off to F4. He can then bring this capstone up to connect. He would be losing that hard capstone, but I think playing at D6 is a really smart move here. I don't think you can expect to have a game end very quickly with players of this caliber going against each other. And so playing for an end game in positions, knowing that things are going to get tough later on, I think playing up here at D6 is going to be the smarter play here, because I don't think we're going to be seeing the game end in the next 5-10 turns. It's probably going to be the next 30 turns. Or more. I think the previous game in this tournament that I was able to cover went to 59 turns, if I'm not mistaken. All right, black making a very unusual play here. Not what I expected, making the F1 plus move. And I did not see that one coming. White now immediately dropping a wall, ready to come up and capture onto that stack. And black says, no way, Jose, I want that stack away from that wall. Gonna bring that up here onto F2. Now, what is white's play here? Is white going to make a play at G5, perhaps? That would work towards that horizontal line. All right, and the G5 was played there, going for that horizontal line. Not attack threat here, but it is building an anchor point to this half of the board, to that edge. And white can drop maybe a flat on this side, go anywhere really, makes attack threat. Black doesn't want that to happen, drops a wall, knowing that they need to drop something here in order to cut off this line. I think this is where white may decide to drop a flat here at F4. I say f4 because if white drops a flat at f4, there we go, exactly like that, and black comes up, white can just fill in here at e4 and then continue that exact same line. Also, dropping a flat here at f4 threatens this stack on f3. In addition to doing all of those things, it also works towards a vertical line for white. I think f4 is probably the best move at that point. I like the idea of a wall at f4 too, but it's not as strong. Black now saying, all right, fine, I'm going to build for this horizontal line as well. I think this is where white needs to make a play on a5, a6, or a5 or a6. I think a5 is the play to make here. No, he's going to capture first. That is unexpected. I think that making a play at a5 would have worked a little better, because the obvious move besides this wall would be a flat coming right onto c5. And if that happened, then this is opened up for the capstones and maintains that. But now he's got to worry about this capstone coming up. White's content to play here at c4. Looks like building around where that current capstone is. Content to go left also can be building for that vertical threat at the same time here. Not a bad position for white. I would say that white is currently in the lead, but black definitely has plenty of ways out of this and can definitely turn this around. There's a lot of opportunities for black, especially with that hard capstone here, being able to toss that over onto his own stack and move up, something like that. Building just straight across to the left as well. He is going to have to do something defensive. He can't play at b3 or a3 or anything right now because white does have momentum. He is going to be able to make a road threat before black. And then so if, well, black's going to drop that wall right there, ready to cut it all off. What's the response here from white? Does white just continue to build out, ready to smash this? Does white make a connection here at a5? I think a5 makes a lot of sense to me. b4 is also a good move. I liked a5 because it does make that horizontal tack threat. And then this here allows for a placement at d6, and I think d6 is fine because that continues along for this horizontal. You can keep placing, can go for the smash, can do any of those things. But I believe right now black has momentum. So white, while they can play offensively, they also have to keep defense in mind, knowing that black can build for this horizontal road threat and get there before white can. White is, however, building at a4. No tack threat currently, but looks like he's just trying to get in position, set everything up, get that anchor point there so he can make that threat. Black now trying to determine if going for this horizontal is worth it, or if he should do something up above here first. I understand the hesitance there, that's for sure. Ooh. We do notice that gowellja's been taking a bit more time now on his turns at 15 minutes on the clock, whereas Ali has still maintained that that average time below 20 seconds. Black now playing at b3, ready to make a attack threat on the next turn with a3. If white decides to play at a3 to sort of cut that off, black can play down below at b2 or a2 and sort of continue that same line. b2 would be good, going for that same sort of thing. b1, c2, c1, that sort of thing, and playing across. Got this hard capstone here that's pretty powerful and able to do a lot. White may want to make that move, or may want to do something offensively up here. The offense makes a lot of sense because he's got stuff down here like this flat is able to come down and interrupt this. However, black solidifies the position first by placing it f2. White brings that wall up, ready to come up with the wall again on f3. But that's risky too, because this capstone may decide that it's better to smash the stack here on f3 than let white get away with spreading that out. And I think that's probably why this hard capstone is staying here, and why this stack is staying here, and why white didn't chase after with another wall. Oh, he dropped another wall. And I think we're going to be seeing this wall come up, and then this capstone come over and smash on f3 very soon. I definitely see that happening. What's the play here for black? Does black want to preempt it, play here at f4, and after the smash spread up and go for something vertical perhaps? Or does black want to continue and just make the threat here by placing at a3? He's got to think, how can I punish white for capturing this? And maybe it's to play here at d1 and just go for the horizontal along the bottom and protect it with the capstone. No, he's going to be placing a3, making the attack threat, forcing white to make a capture here on this turn, whether it's with this wall here onto f3 or one of these flats. It is going to be that wall stack. Will this capstone come right immediately as we expected, or will something else happen? I feel like the wall, this capstone stack has to come over and smash onto f3. Otherwise, you're letting white run away with too many captives there, too many flats. So we do see him make that smash. What is white's play to drop a wall, keep him from doing that? But now black has the opportunity to make a +3 move in the vertical direction here. Looks like white trying to cut off that horizontal line and work for something vertical here. Black now builds above it, kind of going around. Able to continue on for that horizontal threat. It's looking pretty good here at the bottom for black at the moment, though it can all come crashing down at any moment because of all these walls, these two walls that white has in place. A lot of options here for white. We do see b2 place here for white, trying to cut things off. Black now making that tak threat. And then white immediately cutting off that threat with the wall here. Okay, now we get the f2. Doesn't renew the threat immediately, but it does help his position out. And then white says, all right, I'll play up at d6. Interesting play here. He knows that he's got this area set up and ready to basically shut everything down with the walls. So he might as well work towards his own threats up here in the upper half of the board. Black. Okay, black playing here at f6, and that allows him to spread upwards, make that +3 move here. Probably wants to play at g4 or f1 before he gets into that, but he's setting it up. Able to go for that vertical line here, and also just to make that +3 move. And we're getting in there. It's about move 30. Let's take a look at the flat count score. $16 for white. $15 for black. White now not making a tak threat, but white can make a horizontal tak threat by placing here at e6, or he can make a vertical and horizontal tak threat by placing here at b5. That looks nice. b5 is a good one. Black's capstone, if b5 gets placed, black's capstone is going to come over here onto b5 for sure, because that's basically the only move he's got to stop both threats. And it's good. It's good for sure. But yeah, currently no tak threat. So if black doesn't respond in a way that he can cut off both threats here, and he places at b5 first before white can, will white play here at a6 now? a6 is the horizontal threat, but yeah, a6, and then so if black now plays here at e6 to stop it, white plays here at a5 and makes the horizontal threat yet again. I think it was a good play from black to play here at b5 because it does keep white from building that double threat. It was a good move. And then white playing here at a6, also a good move. Black is behind when it comes to flat count, even with the komi. Down by 1. Down by 1 in the flat count. Black could shut it down by making that +3 move with the capstone. But does he want to? Surely there are other moves. He could place a black flat here at e6 to cut it off, but then white plays here. He's going for another wall. 3 walls in close proximity. This is where I think we're definitely going to be seeing a flat here at a5. Oh no, I missed the road. It was that, oh man, that was smart and sneaky and I didn't see it. Capstone blindness, let's take a look at that. So he had the threat here, building right here at e6, right? Well, he also had the threat of smashing this wall on d5 that I was completely blind to because, I mean, capstone blindness, it's a thing. It's a regular thing. Everyone suffers from it. And when there are twice as many capstones on the board, you get twice as much blindness. I'm convinced. Or maybe it's like exponential or something. Who knows? But excellent play there. It was really well done to have both of those in the mix. You had to move this up or this up in order to stop both of those. Really fantastic play. Or could have come up here as well. But really well done to sneak in that road there. And well played to both players. Congratulations to Ali for winning that one. That is, let's see, that is all of the games that Ali needs to play in this tournament. That is 3 wins, 3 losses for Ali. Again, tied at 6 points, just like Ali on 02, just like Arch Venison, and just like Noat Coder. We can take a look at that screen real quick right here. So Ali will have won this other game, so 3-3, 6 points, and that'll be 6 games played. And then it's just up to Abyss, Fwib, and gowellja to finish things out. Gowellja at 1-4 now, and so he can still win his final game against Fwib to go 2-4 to finish out. Ali is done, and then so Fwib and Abyss are basically going to be fighting this one out. So who's going to win between these 2 players? It's going to be one of them is going to win, or they'll tie or something. So we'll see how that turns out. Really interesting to see how that turns out. But anyway, well played to both players. That was some excellent tack. Great sneaky threat at the end. Congratulations to Ali. And thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to check out the description below for all things tack, especially the tack Discord server, which is where you can find all sorts of resources, including people to play with online, whether it be right here on playtak.com or in the Discord itself, playing asynchronous games that you can play just 1 move a day if you want to. It's a lot of fun. Great way to get some tack in when you have limited time. Anyway, that is all I've got for you today. And until next time, have a great day and happy tacking.